Joining me now is Jordan Trimble, President and CEO at Skyharbour Resources, and Serdar Donmez. He is the new VP of Exploration at that same company. Gentlemen, good to see you both.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So, Serdar, let's start with you. You're the new gun in town, so to speak. You've got, and Jordan's talked about this, you've got so much experience in the Athabasca Basin, 17 years with Denison, a lot of that at Wheeler River, many years there, and that, of course, is literally next door to a lot of the key projects of Skyharbour. So can you give us a little sense of your background and how you're utilizing that experience and bringing it to the table at Skyharbour?
Absolutely. So, like you said, I was at Denison for about 20 years, and a good chunk of that was at Wheeler River Project. So I was involved with the Wheeler River Project before the discovery of Phoenix and Griffin deposits, all the way through to the completion of the feasibility study in 2023 in various positions. So it's a great project, but I've learned a lot. And you get to see what the high grade looks like and what structure and alteration associated with these deposits look like. And you have to, where we are, Russell Lake Project is a great project because a lot of these fertile trends that host high grade deposits extend onto our Russell Lake Project. We're right next door to the Phoenix deposit. We're applying these. The things I learned working on that project, we're applying that to our Russell Lake project, and when it comes to prioritizing our targets or picking the targets in the first place, and that's
right. And so you said again, having Serdar on the team is really invaluable. What's the significance? What does he bring to the table?
Well, he again, the background with Denison for 17 years, working in that area, working for a company of that caliber is hugely beneficial. Obviously, for us now to have that expertise, working in the basin for most of his career. So high-grade Athabasca Basin deposits, that's his specialty. And I think, I want to highlight too, Serdar joined us last year, and this was after we announced some of the best drill result at Russell historically was one of the holes that we drilled last year at the Fork Zone, up to 3% U3O8 over a half a meter. And we also had announced some very high-grade results at our adjacent Moore Lake project, 7.3% U3O8 over 3 meters. And so I think Serdar saw the results that we were producing, that we were generating from these projects, and that was also an attractive feature for him to join us and a testament to what we're doing. And again, having Serdar now as the VP Exploration, helping to head up the work that we're doing there, just brings a new look to the projects and to the exploration. And already we did a little bit of drilling late last year, and we've still got some assays pending. We're quite excited to get those out at both Russell and Moore, but kind of a new look at the exploration. And this is, I think, going to be the key ingredient, one of the key ingredients this year for us to deliver market moving results, right? So we're finding high grade. We have multi% at both projects. I think this is the year that Skyharbour can deliver that game changing drill hole or multiple drill holes. And at Russell in particular, it's it's an exploration project, advanced stage exploration project, but there isn't a deposit that we've defined yet at the project. So a big high grade drill intercept is a game changer for us and our shareholders. And at Moore Lake, and Serdar's actually done quite a bit of resource modeling through his career. We have a small high grade deposit there. We're looking to grow that, and we are looking to later this year have a resource estimate out, which is something that Serdar is working on internally with the rest of the team. So a big addition to our team. It's going to be, I think, a key contributor to our success this year as we continue to advance these two co-flagship projects. But also, Serdar's worked at a number of other projects in the Athabasca Basin. He knows we've got 36 projects in total. He's worked on in numerous areas within the Athabasca Basin. And one new partner of ours, EuraX, for example, we've optioned our South Dufferin project to. Serdar was actually at Denison when they last drilled it about 7 or 8 years ago. So it's really helping as well, not just with the Russell and Moore Lake, the focus for us at those two core projects, but also at some of these secondary and tertiary projects in our prospect generator business.
Right, let's get to some of those in a second, but sticking with Russell Lake, Moore Lake,
Sure.
The company is planning 16 to 18,000 meters of drilling. So as Jordan alluded to, you're bringing essentially a fresh set of eyes to this data and this. So how do you view it?
Well, I mean, having worked at the Wheeler River project, I've always liked the Russell Lake project, and I have worked on Moore Lake project years ago when I was with Denison as well. Russell is a great project. It's strategically located between, McArthur River and the Key Lake mines, and the haul road that connects the two runs right through the project. So it's a great project. Like I said, these fertile trends that host high-grade deposits extend onto our projects. So we've identified 4 different areas this year, our high priority targets, Fox Lake Trail, the Grayling, Fork, and Sphinx, and the M zone extension zones. We're quite excited. We've done some modern geophysics over these targets. We've identified new targets in the process and refined the existing targets that the team has identified. I mean, we have a small team, but it's our combined experience in high grade uranium in the Athabasca Basin is almost 100 years. So we're on the ground drilling, and we're just excited to see the results of all the hard work the team has done in the fall. So
Right.
And we with the drilling, it's our largest annual drill campaign, right? I mean, this is again, to have Serdar join us at this time is great, because we decided this was the year to ramp up our exploration efforts at both Russell and Moore Lake. So the 18,000 meters, it'll be multi-phase. It'll be right through this year. As Serdar mentioned, having the road, having the power lines, the camp there provides the access, and that allows us to drill year round, but also brings our drilling costs down quite significantly. So we're drilling at an all-in cost of about 350 Canadian, less than 350 Canadian, all in a meter, which is about half of that of a lot of other exploration companies on more remote projects. So we're getting a lot of bang for our buck drilling there. Relatively shallow targets when you average out the different target depths at both Russell and Moore. Call it on average between 300 to 350 meters. So we're going to end up drilling 40 plus drill holes this year, and it's across both projects, starting with this first phase of drilling at Russell, where we'll be testing a couple of targets, including the target that last year, again, we hit some high grade in the Fork zone. We're very excited to get back there and continue proving that up, and a new target as well that we're going to drill test that hasn't been drill tested. It's actually quite close to Grayling and Fork, but it's using some of these new more modern geophysical techniques in EM surveys. We've been able to refine a target, identify an EM conductor less than a kilometer away from the Phoenix deposit. This is the new Sphinx target. So collectively, you've got a lot of interesting targets that we're going to be able to go and test most of them. And like I said, hopefully this is the year that we can deliver that that market moving drill result.
Right, as you've all but said, and most of the players in the uranium space say it just takes one hole, right? You just need one blockbuster hole. So back to the partner-funded joint venture properties, projects. You've got 36 of them. Not going to run through all of them, obviously, but a lot of drilling going on, about 15 to 16,000 meters from your partners. And one key one appears to be Orano at Preston, 6,000 to 7,000 meters. So do you want to pick up there? What do you think of that project?
Sure, yeah. I mean, we really like the Preston project. It's located on the west side, really close to several high-grade deposits on the in the basin. So, and we have NextGen to the north. Orano's, we're tapping into their technical expertise and resources, and we're they're drilling up to 25 holes. The project hasn't been drilled since 2019, but they've done quite a bit of work, desktop studies and field work, soil sampling, SGH, some modern geophysics. So they've identified a number of new targets. And we get to focus on our flagship projects and watch them do their thing. And like you said, it only takes one drill hole.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and it's as we've discussed previously, it's a fairly robust and growing prospect generator business. 13 of the 36 projects are currently JV'd or optioned out. 9 partner companies spending potentially upwards of over $70 million in combined project consideration. This 6,000 to 7,000 meter drill campaign program that Orano's carrying out this year, and we are going to fund. We want to maintain our minority interest in the project, so that'll kick off here soon. That's one of the larger partner-funded programs that we have, but we have other companies. Terra, for example, Clean Energy, they just announced a 2,500 meter, 2,000 and 2,500 meter drill program this winter. North Shore, we're expecting some drilling from later this year. Urax at the South Dufferin project, Mustang at the 914 project. So we've got various other partner companies that are going to be active this year as well. And in total, we've got our 18,000 meters drilling at Russell and Moore, fully funded, fully permitted for all that. But we've also got another 15 to 16,000 meters that'll likely be drilled and funded by these partner companies. So it's the combined drill campaign for all these projects in our portfolio is going to be well north of 30,000 meters, and so it's one of the largest collective combined drill campaigns of any exploration company in the basin this year.
Right. So steady news flow, as shareholders can expect that, and non-shareholders watching the company. And just lastly here, Jordan, we talked the other day about how uranium's kind of in a consolidation trend right now, but you pull back the lens on Eurostock or Chemical, NextGen to 5 years or so. It's been a tremendous run. So where does Skyharbour fit in the grand scheme in terms of where the uranium market is currently? Yeah,
it's it's a good question. It's been a bit of a sluggish market. That can change quickly. I mean, last summer, for example, 3 months of tough markets. That moved some headlines in September that moved all of these markets and prices higher. Everything was up 40, 50, 60% on big volume in a relatively short period of time. So you've still got a major supply deficit. The fundamentals are incredibly strong, continue to be for the commodity. It doesn't take a lot to get to turn things around. For us this year, it was, we think we're at the point in the cycle where we need to be aggressive, right? We believe in the longevity of this bull market. Yes, it's not going to continuously just go straight up. It will ebb and flow, but it made sense to us this year, especially given what we found at Russell and Moore last year, to ramp up our exploration efforts and to continue building out our prospect generator business, and we've done just that. So we want to be positioned as a go-to exploration and prospect generator company in the Athabasca Basin for investors to get as much exposure and leverage to those rising uranium prices. And a good example of a company that made a major discovery, NextGen, about 10, 12 years ago, multi-billion-dollar discovery. Well, unfortunately, the uranium price was basically chopped in half through that whole period of time. And look at what kind of returns they generated through that difficult uranium market. So if we're fortunate that with the timing where we see the uranium price continue to move higher, it's, again, not just going to continuously go up, but over those years, continue to move from the bottom left to the upper right, that's going to be very beneficial for us going forward. And ultimately, we want to be in a position where there's potential M&A opportunities that we could look at and transact on. And again, I think we're doing all the right things here. We've got a very catalyst-rich year ahead of us with us and our partner companies. We're continuing to farm out, option, and JV out some of the other non-core projects. We've got lots of inventory, and I think we're going to be in a good position with this rising uranium price and market to benefit with good exploration results, drill results, and ultimately work towards a larger corporate transaction.
Great update. Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.
And great to meet you, Serdar.
Yeah, likewise.
All right, appreciate that. Jordan Trimble, Serdar Donmez from Skyharbour Resources.